What's up, guys? It's Miss Painter. Today I wanted to go over with you an assignment that you guys are going to be working on this week, and I kind of just wanted to show you how to do it and clarify any confusion you might have. So this week we're going to finish reading Chapter 6 of The Outsiders. We're going to take our quiz over it on Wednesday, and then we'll finish Chapter 7 on Thursday and Friday. Now throughout this week I'm going to have you guys working on a newspaper article assignment that is due on Friday. I'm going to give you time throughout the week to work on it, but I wanted to show you how to do this assignment. So I'm going to post the rubric in here. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to add it in for you guys so you can see what it looks like. But it looks like this. So in Chapter 6, we do see the fire take place at the church, and we see how Ponyboy and Johnny are involved and how the newspaper goes on to write headlines about them. So what we're going to be doing is actually writing the newspaper articles about Ponyboy and Johnny and the fire in the church. Okay, so here are some things that I want to see in this newspaper article. So S.E. Hinton, our author, gives the reader the headline of the newspaper articles, which is Juvenile Delinquents Turn Heroes. So we are going to create our own title and our own newspaper article about what happened in this chapter, okay? So you're going to write your own headline and a subheading as well if you want to. You don't have to. Your first paragraph is going to give a brief overview of the whole story and include an attention-grabbing hook. So for newspaper articles, we want that first line to really grab hold of us, really take our attention, so we want to read the rest of the article. So we're going to write a really engaging and interesting first sentence, okay? So when you make sure that when you mention people in the article that we're going to give their full first names, or their full names the first time that they are mentioned, such as Ponyboy Curtis, not just Ponyboy. So we want to give their full names. And then you can, if you choose, call them by their last name throughout the rest of the article. So just call him Curtis instead of Ponyboy. We see that done in a lot of newspaper articles. We're going to give their age. We're really going to show that they're super young. So when you first introduce this character in your newspaper article, you're going to give their age and then their occupation. So you could say unemployed, student, because they're just kids. They don't really have jobs, right? And then you're going to make sure you answer who, what, when, where, and why. So you're going to give good detail describing what exactly happened with this fire. And your paragraphs are not supposed to be long, about 3 sentences each. You're trying to describe this event with detail, but not being overly wordy. So you want to have paragraphs that are about 3 sentences each, okay? And then what you're also going to do is include a quote from someone in The Outsiders that could have been interviewed about the event that happened, okay? So pick a character who, if you were a reporter, you would have chosen to interview about the fire in the church. So how are you going to create this? I would personally recommend to use Canva. That is my website that I really like to use for stuff like this. I think it does require you to make an account, but it's super easy and it takes just a few minutes to do, and it looks like this. So we're going to go to Canva. They have all these templates that you can choose from. So the one that I chose that I thought was the most useful was looking up newsletter. You could look up article or flyer or whatever you'd like, but I felt like the newsletter gave you the most newspaper looking sort of template. Okay, so you can scroll down until you find one that you like. I picked this one just because I think it's the most sort of newspapery looking one. And so you'll click it and it's going to bring you to edit. My Wi-Fi is super slow, so just give it a second to load. So you're going to go right here and it gives you 2 pages. If this is too much for you, you can delete this second page. So you just have the first one and you can zoom in to make it bigger if you choose to do so that you can see what you're doing. You can change the photo. So there's obviously lots of photos from The Outsiders because you know, it was a movie, so you can pick an image from the movie, maybe an image of the church burning or of Ponyboy and Johnny. So you can name your newspaper whatever you want to name it, and then your title will go right here, okay? And then your name because you wrote the article. You could come up with these like fake headlines that might be relevant to what's going on in Tulsa, Oklahoma at that time. And then your article will go right here. Okay. And then you'll put the date that you would think it would be written in the 1960s, stuff like that. So you'll use this to edit, and then you'll put your information writing about the fire right here. Okay. If you don't like this template, there's lots of other ones. And most of them are 2 pages like that, so you can write as much or as little as you want. We'll do newsletter again. So if you don't like that format, there's lots of other ones. This one's a little bit more simple and streamlined, not so much stuff on the side, so you could do something like this as well, to kind of write about the fire in the church. Now, if you don't like using Canva, if this is too much going on for you, and there's lots of other things that you can do on the side, so you can change the text and the font, add a heading, add a subheading. You can use all these cool little font thingies in here. Photos that are trending, or you can search, or you can drag and drop a photo from the internet. Backgrounds, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do here, but if this is too overwhelming for you and you don't like it, you can create this in Google Docs if you would like, and you'll just make it look like the format of a newspaper article. Okay, when you're finished creating this, what you're going to do is download it. It will sometimes give you an option to pay for it. Don't ever pay for it. Please don't buy anything. It'll either say download or download a free watermark version. That's what you'll do. So hit this button or hit download. It will save it to your device, and then you're going to upload it into Google Classroom to be due on Friday. So you're going to have all week to work on this. I don't want you to feel like you have to rush. This is a creative assignment, and I want you guys to take your time and make it as interesting as possible, okay? So you're writing your own explanation of what happened with the fire in the church that we see in chapter 6, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Ask me in class, leave me a comment in Google Classroom, send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can to explain this to you guys.